guys, Dowsey here and welcome back to Herobrine, the series where I play Minecraft with Herobrine, and I am very sorry for the lack of episodes recently. I had a bit of trouble with Herobrine because obviously I wanted to try and do Herobrine with the backpack mod, and for some reason Herobrine no longer works with the backpack mod because it doesn't work with Minecraft Forge, so I don't know what's going on, but we are on 1.5.1, so we do have all the new features if we venture out a little bit further. Does mean that my backpack's now gone and the contents of the backpack is gone when we do eventually get it back, but that's something I couldn't fix, and I do apologize. It's kind of annoying because I did want the backpack. The backpack was a good feature, but we've lost it now for now. Anyways, let's get straight into the episode. So as you know, we're roaming around because roaming seems to be slightly more fun than sticking in the one area, although I do kind of feel like I want to do that now. I don't know why. I've kind of had a bit of a change of heart. Hopefully the Herobrine mod is working. If it's not, then I'm going to have to backtrack, which is always never fun, but you know, you do what you have to do. I had to, you know, completely wipe my Minecraft folder today because I was having issues with it, and so I just wanted a fresh start, and so I completely wiped my Minecraft folder and kept a couple of stuff back up, like screenshots and texture packs, only really the important stuff. And so I don't know if that's going to cause issues or not. It might do. Obviously I kept this world back up. We'll chuck GammaBright on because we do need... Well, I don't need to, but I always find it's nicer to be able to see than to not be able to see. And that's my main justification for using GammaBright, is because otherwise it's going to be slightly dark, and I would much rather, because I can see without torches. My screen's bright, but obviously the recording is not what I see. It's slightly darker, and so because I can't be bothered building torches, and because I want you guys to be able to see all the time, I use GammaBright. In case you're wondering, I know a couple of people don't like that justification, but they don't really get a choice because this is my videos. If I got it on bright, I do. I know other people are like, you don't actually need GammaBright, you can adjust this default, like, but yeah, I can't be bothered. I need to turn this down because otherwise everything's going to be way too loud. So we always turn music off because I always add music later, and we have this about 25. I like to have my FOV at 90. I used to have it at Quake, but that annoyed people, so I always leave it down at 90. And that's all set up right now. Great. So yeah, for some reason my FPS is still low. Maybe I need to... Oh crap, is that... Yep, there he is. I took my hand off the mouse just as he hit me. Not good timing here, Herobrine, not good timing. What did I do? Oh yeah, I might need to update my Java because my FPS is still low. Lower than normal, that is. It's not low at all, it's fairly decent FPS, but it's lower than normal. It's like when Syndicate is like, oh man, I'm getting such bad FPS, I'm only at 800 this time. It's just like, shut up, Syndicate. We were all jealous of you and your computer. Now for me it's 90 right now, but I do dip under 60 every now and again, which really, it isn't a problem because YouTube cuts everything at 30 FPS I believe it is, and so really having it anything above 30 you guys aren't going to notice, but I will, because my eyes are used to having it at over 60. I'm used to playing at around 240. You know, the Herobrine mod, it likes to completely cut down FPS. Anyways, I do agree, a lot of you guys have been like, Dowsey, whilst I like the idea you're roaming around, I also want to see a bit of action. I want to see you build something or something like that. And I agree, yeah, that's kind of cool every now and again. Not every now and again. Why is he dying? What happened to him? Why do I hear moving, like walking, moving? These guys aren't moving. I'm not moving. That means one thing. We are in the presence of the almighty Herobrine. Die. Die. Unless squids make sounds, which I don't think they do. If they did, that is a revelation. Revelation! Hallelujah! Man. Anyways, I wanted to talk about a couple things, kind of sensitive issues, so I don't want to offend anyone by talking about them, but I will talk about them nonetheless, because I do believe it's good to be honest and be truthful about things, and not to be secretive about things. That's just some of my personal values in life, is to be honest, not be secretive. When it is useful, tell people stuff, especially when you know, a lot of people are misinformed. So the topic is mainly addressing a lot of issues that have come up ever since I created SauceVille, specifically issues with anyone who's played on World 8.4 and believes that I have wronged World 8.4 by creating SauceVille. Where do you start with any of these stories? You kind of start at the beginning. 2010 October. I bought a little game called Minecraft. Back then it was in its alpha stage. It cost $5 USD. It was very cheap, and it was very, very thorough, and a lot of people were really enjoying it on YouTube. I first discovered it when I watched a guy called Mr. 360 Games play it, and I was like, this game's interesting. He was building a roller coaster, and so I played the creative version, or the classic version as it is really called, although it is basically creative back in that day. And those chickens look weird together. And I was like, yeah, I like this game, and so I bought it. Did he just kill a chicken? Mr. Skeleton, you just shot a chicken! That is against the rules. No one shoots chickens. Only I'm allowed to shoot chickens. Oh, now by approaching... Wow. Skeletons, with their new I'll shoot you quicker if you're near me feature. I don't like that feature. It's really annoying. It makes them killing them harder. Yeah. What was I saying? I bought the game and I started playing it. And in November of 2010, I released my first Minecraft episode. It's still up there to watch if you want to go see it. Very shortly after that, my friend the Booster Punisher, one of my friends today, he basically started up a private server on his computer that myself, the 10x Killer, and a guy called Volt, we all played on that, and we created this world. I burnt down Booster's forest. We had some happy days, and eventually we decided, because we both did YouTube at that time, wouldn't it be cool if we could invite our subscribers to play on the server? And so we did. Booster basically opened the server up to everyone. We created a world. Booster hosted the server. The 10x Killer, he ran the server in terms of plugins and deep administration, so plugins, what you would consider any owner's job of a server to do. They do all the plugin work, and I would say I was the creative person behind everything. I usually came up with some ideas, and 10x tried to implement those ideas. So we kind of had our own roles, and we all consider ourselves owners of the server. Booster Punisher obviously was the main owner because he ran the server from his computer and he paid for it. 10x Killer, he was, you know, the guy who did a lot of the work, and then I kind of was there. I was like, oh, that's a Herobrine cow. Oh, that's a Herobrine cow. Oh, that's a Herobrine cow. There's two Herobrine cows. I wonder if the mod now does something with them, because apparently people keep telling me that they're going to blow me up or they're going to drop lava, and I've never seen it before. I really want something to happen with this Herobrine cow. So we're going to attack it. Gonna kill it, and of course nothing happens. That's such a... Oh, crap. I can't move. Oh goodness. What the hell? What the hell was that? That was weird. I thought I was stuck forever. What happens if I step back there? Will I become trapped again? No? Okay, let's kill this one, see if he does something different. Oh, there's a spider. We better kill the spider. I'll continue the story after I kill the Herobrine cow. Oh, what are you going to do, mister? What are you going to do? You going to do anything? He didn't create a big lump of snow like the other one. And I didn't get stuck. So Herobrine cows are useless, it seems. Anyways, yeah, so 10x, he did all the main owner work whilst Booster Punisher funded it, and I came up with different ideas for the server. And we all came up with different ideas. It was just, I feel I'm a creative person, and I often come up with a lot of ideas for things. And I think most people would agree with that who's worked with me. I'm also very bossy, which is a feature I need to work on. More Herobrine cows. Anyway, that server was opened late January, and unfortunately around April, I think it is, of 2011, we had to shut it down because we ran out of funding for the server, which was kind of sad because we were all enjoying... Oh, I'm stuck again. I don't know if that's the Herobrine mod or what. It's such a weird thing. Maybe this is what the Herobrine cows do. It's kind of a weird feature if that's what they do. I said do. He saw me. You're on fire. Oh, I really like the new feature where zombies set you on fire. If they're on fire. Though it's not very safe to be testing. It's kind of a cool feature though. Yeah, anyway. So April we had to shut down the server because of lack of funding. Then very shortly after, I think it was Booster, he discovered a server. No, I think it was Sweeter actually. I did a series on a channel called Hardcore Gaming Tips, which Sweeter enjoyed playing on. And I don't know if Sweeter suggested the server to me or if we invited him to that server. But Sweeter really enjoyed my videos on Hardcore Gaming Tips, and that's how we became friends, because he watched me on there and we started playing with each other from there. So I can't remember if Sweeter suggested a server called Acrid, or if that was we found it and we invited him to it. But basically what happened is we found this really hardcore PvP server. So before I talk about Acrid, Gaming Apocalyptic, our server, or Apocalyptic Gaming, you know, it was said both ways due to not being able to get certain users on certain accounts. Anyway, it was ran a very, very loose survival server. We had basically we had PvP zones, we had safe zones. We didn't have Townie because Townie wasn't invented. We didn't have factions because factions wasn't invented. But we ran it in the terms of people created little community hubs, villages as they were called, and they built these villages and they fought each other in the wild and stuff like that. PvP was on, and it was one of the first servers really that kind of not broadcasted, but named itself a PvP server. There wasn't that many around. The only types of servers around at that point were creative servers really, and we wanted to be different. We wanted people to work for their stuff. We wanted people to have the option to kill each other for their stuff, and stuff like that. And so then when we found Acrid, and Acrid was a much better setup server than Gaming Apocalyptic ever was, and probably ever would have been, because we didn't have that much skill when it came to stuff. We just had some ideas that we went with. Anyways, Gaming Apocalyptic was set up hardcore PvP. PvP was the objective, it was the aim, and everybody on that server knew how to PvP. And that's when Booster, myself, 10x, and Sweeter became an alliance. We worked on the Acrid server. We weren't the best, but we were definitely not the worst, and we were feared. And we, you know, used to run around with pumpkins. Hello, what are you gonna do? That's what I thought. You run away. That's right, because I should find a pumpkin. I should scare Herobrine with it. But yeah, we used to run around with pumpkins on our heads, and people got scared of that. We called ourselves the Citadel. We used to be in a team with the leader of the server. And eventually the server took some changes, which were just not very good. The server used to be co-owned by a guy called Sleeker. And if you know plugins, Sleeker is the guy who makes Vault. Whoa, I just paused for some reason. Sleeker makes Vault. Sleeker makes Hero Chat. Hero Bounty, he makes a shop plugin. He makes quite a few plugins. Basically he now does stuff for HeroCraft, if you know what HeroCraft is. He's the main plugin developer for them, and he used to do stuff on Acrid server before he became a big plugin developer, if you like. And he used to make plugins for Acrid. And that's what made Acrid so good, was it had all these custom plugins that no other server had, and it was set up the way it wanted to be set up. It didn't have any limitations because they were able to make their own plugins. They were able to do anything they wanted because Sleeker was very good at coding plugins, and he was very good at updating them quickly when updates came out. And back in the beta stages, updates came out all the time. Like, to run a server was really bad, updating all the time. Ooh, look at that Herobrine cow hanging out with the piggies. Anyways, as I said, Acrid took some really bad changes, and it became not as fun to play on anymore. And so we all left Acrid because it just wasn't fun anymore. And eventually well, I say eventually, it took quite some time, a couple of months. We found a server called World 84, and I've played there ever since up until now. World 84 wasn't like Acrid, but it was the closest we could find. You know, Erd wanted a hardcore server, but he never had the audience for it, and a lot of the admins and mods didn't like that aspect as much. And Booster Punisher was kind of banned quite a few times. I say kinda, he was banned a couple of times because he's a very trolly guy. He messes with authority. He likes to get into fights with people and be a bit of a pain in the neck, really. That's who Booster Punisher is. And he PvP'd a lot, and eventually they just ended up banning him. And so he didn't play on World 84 anymore. And actually, Booster was like, well, I say we reignite the Gaming Apocalyptic days. Like, oh wow, oh hello, oh crap, my items. What does he say? Say hello. Hello, Herobrine. Please don't hurt me. Yeah. So Booster was like, let's reignite gaming apocalyptic. We won't call it that, but what I really feel like we should do is we should make a server that Acrid used to be. Because Acrid used to be such a good server. We all really enjoyed it, and we all wish the previous Acrid that we used to play on still existed. And so I resigned from World 8.4 to do that, and those plans failed miserably. Booster has to work 6 months a year. He only works 6 months a year, and so in those 6 months he has to make enough money to, you know, cover his family for the whole year. And so when he's working, he has no time for games, he has no time for anything else, and it just so happened that he wanted to do that around the period when he had to go back to work. And so those plans fell through. I came back to World 8.4. But we all felt we wanted this server that was more like Acrid and less like World 8.4. Don't get me wrong, World 8.4 is a great server, and Erd is a very good server owner. He's very good at implementing things, he's very good at pleasing people majority of the time. And I'm not trying to take away from World 8.4, it was just World 8.4 was never the server that Booster, Punisher, myself dreamt of. It was no Acrid, and Acrid was kind of the best thing we ever came across. And so we wanted to make something like Acrid. And look at this mountain. Look at this. It's so crazy with the stone and the lava. This is an awesome mountain. If we were to build anything, I would want to do it around here. This is so cool. Anyway, yeah, and so what's happened ever since then is that with my creative initiatives, I can't help myself, and I'm always coming up with new ideas, and I always want those new ideas to go ahead. And so myself and Erd, we worked really closely. We were very good friends, and we would, you know, bounce ideas off each other, and we're very blunt people, and so often our idea process was a lot of yelling at each other in a way. But you know, things got done, and we really enjoyed each other's company and really appreciated each other's ideas and stuff like that. And Erd implemented a ton of ideas that I came up with, and I worked on a lot of ideas he had. And the whole community aspect of World 8.4 wasn't child friendly, and it was a good community. Like, people got on with each other and people really enjoyed each other's community. But Erd wanted to basically grow his server, and I wanted to help with that. And I was making videos for World 8.4 free of charge, because I know a lot of people pay people to make videos for a server. Whoa, look at this! What the hell? Oh my goodness, wow! You know what, we're setting up a base here, I don't even care. This is awesome. Yeah, I made videos for World 8.4, and then Erd started paying for me after I started making them for free. And eventually I got to the point where it was like, I don't feel comfortable accepting payments for something that I want to do. Now, like, I want to do this. And so, you know, after a couple of times, I basically started rejecting Erd's payments, and said, you know, I started doing this for free, I'm continuing doing this for free, you can't pay me anymore. And, you know, if he paid me, I would send it back to him. Although that only happened once, he kind of got the idea, and he's like, if I don't have to pay you, I don't have to, which he never had to. So, yeah, Erd started paying me to advertise his server, but eventually it got to the point where I finally convinced him I wanted to do this for free. And the World 8.4 server shot up. It grew really quickly. And, you know, a lot of that has to do with interest that I brought. I brought interest, people started playing there, and then other YouTubers started playing there and bringing more interest. It was kind of like a domino effect. But the problem, and the main problem was, I had lots of ideas for a server, and I always wanted a server like Acrid. Erd's ideas were not like that completely, and eventually we fell out. And we fell out quite a few times, but we always seemed to make it up again. But this time I was kind of like, well, actually I do want to have my own server, and I do want these ideas to go through, and I created SauceVille. Now the problem that's happened since then is a lot of people like, Dowsey, you copied World 8.4. Now, it's understandable. World 8.4 is a townie, or was. It still is, but it's not anymore, really. It's a townie server, and any server that has townie looks completely the same. You know, World 8.4 looked like Acrid when we joined it. It wasn't like Acrid, but it looked like it when you first look at it. This terrain is awesome, by the way. I know I've said it already, but look at these mountains. And so, yeah, any townie server looks the same. And that was actually World 8.4's reason for changing. Erd said, I don't want to be another lookalike Townie server. He, you know, identified himself that there's a lot of servers that look like World 8.4, and World 8.4 looked like them. And so he changed his server completely. If you log on to World 8.4 now, it's nothing like it used to be. It's very hardcore based. He has some massive game-changing plugins that change the mechanics of the game. It's crazy. But it's not for me. Now, I do kind of like the towny feel of servers. I like the balance feel. It's good for people who like to build. It's good for people who like to PvP. It's good for everyone. And that's the server that I like, and I know a lot of other people like that server. And that's the servers that I've always played on, and I've always helped create. Acrid was like that, except it wasn't necessarily like aimed at Care Bears, as Erd calls them, the people who like to build but don't like any hardcore element to a server. It wasn't like really for them, but it did have elements like that on Acrid. Gaming Apocalyptic was for everyone, like anyone could play there, and that was the way I've always chose servers, and I've always played on servers, and I've always helped create servers like that. And so, you know, when I made SauceVille, funnily enough, I kept with that same tradition. And of course, because no one else knows of any of this other history, or if they do, they just completely ignore it because they're lost in a moment. They've just basically outright and completely wrongly accused SauceVille of copying World 8.4. Now, you know, there's a couple of counter arguments which I don't feel I ever have to make, because I know in my heart I haven't copied World 8.4. I've just copied I haven't even copied, I've just done what I've always done. I've always liked servers like this, and I've always played on servers like this, and I've always helped create servers like this. And, you know, if Erd was to be truthful with anyone, if he was ever asked, he would tell you that, you know, I helped him with a lot of his idea making, and a lot of stuff that he's implemented on World 8.4 has come from me, you know, idea-wise. And, you know, since the creation of SauceVille, Erd has helped me a lot as well as me continuing to help him with, you know, knowledge that he doesn't have. And so, you know, Erd's helped with that. He's suggested plugins that SauceVille now uses. He's helped with setting up and stuff like that, because he doesn't want to break bonds necessarily. And Erd, you know, recognizes, when he's sober at least, that SauceVille didn't copy World 8.4, and World 8.4 was just like most other servers out there. And so, you know, I need to get away from all these mobs, man. I need to actually go back towards WoW. They're right behind me, aren't they? All the damn arrows in me. Okay, we're heading back. Wow, this is crazy. Run straight through them. I want to hear a creeper blow up. That'll be cool. I like it. It's like, cool guys, don't look at explosions, but I'm going to kaboomity boom. Yeah. I have no idea. I've lost my train of thought. Anyways, what I'm trying to address is that World 8.4 was never something completely original. What made World 8.4 cool was its community feel, and Erd, the way he set up his server, and the way he tinkers with things, and the way he helps develop a community with his server. That's what made World 8.4 different. But as far as plugins were concerned, it wasn't anything new. And a lot of World 8.4's community work and building stuff like that, it was directly influenced by members of staff like myself, Mama, and other members of staff who, you know, kind of agreed with us and had the same ideas as us, that, you know, servers should be family friendly, especially when the people playing on them are young. And what I mean by family friendly is, you know, appropriate chat, appropriate way of dealing with issues, appropriate contexts and themes in this, like discussed in server chat, stuff like that. I don't necessarily mean safe, cottoned up environments where people will never die and it's the perfect world where there's no war or anything. I don't mean that, no. I mean just, you know, safe place for kids to be in, environments to be in, that kind of stuff. That's what I mean by family friendly. And that's what SauceVille has aimed to be. And that's what, you know, that's what I helped Erd, you know, kind of turned World 8.4 into, because World 8.4 wasn't like that when I joined, and these days it's slightly more like that. Not completely, but slightly more. So, to say I copied World 8.4 is a very big misunderstanding and perception, because World 8.4 wasn't anything new and nothing could be necessarily copied by it, plugin wise. Sure, it had some cool quirky plugins, which I don't think copied or taken from. Was I influenced by World 8.4? Hell yeah. I'm influenced by everything around me. Everyone's influenced by everything around them. You just have to look at the world and understand how ideas are generated to know that everything around you, you're influenced by. There's nothing new in this world. Everything is an adaptation and something that was divided by or arrived at by different influences around the person who came up with that idea, or, you know, further developed an idea. That's how things are created these days. There's no such thing as an original idea. There's just something that's been kind of perfected, or this grass is weird, or has been further developed on something else. And so, you know, is it true to say I was influenced by World 8.4? Yeah, of course I was. Everyone's influenced by everything around them. But, you know, if you talk to Booster Punisher, if you talk to anyone who's played on any other server with me, they will tell you that SauceVille is more like Acrid than it is like World 8.4 in the way it works. It's more like Gaming Apocalyptic in the way it was kind of run, although it is a lot more like World 8.4 in its community feel, and I feel, whoa, 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 oh my goodness, oh my goodness, what the hell, what the hell, oh my goodness, oh my god, I'm gonna die, what the, oh no, what the hell, what the hell, I don't like this at all, what the hell, no, I'm gonna die, this is not cool, what's happened, what? What? That's the end of season 3's attempt of hardcoreness. Wow! Oh man, and you just completely ruined my deep and theological talk, Herobrine. Thanks for that. You are so kind. Can you stop fighting so I can talk? I'm just gonna have to delete the world. Wow. Well, that was cool. Thanks, Herobrine, for that. I appreciate it. Anyways, as I've been trying to say, SauceVille was not copied from World 8.4. It never has been. It was influenced, of course, by World 8.4, but it's influenced by everything I've ever played on any server I've moderated for, which has been quite a large number compared to most people. Do I play on World 8.4 anymore? No, I don't. I don't do anything with World 8.4 anymore. I am moved on from World 8.4 because I want to focus on SauceVille. You know, is there any hatred towards World 8.4? No, I have no hatred towards World 8.4. If people want to play on World 8.4, it's a cool server. Is a very good server owner, and he's done something really cool with his server right now, which I suggest you go and check out. It's cool, but I will no longer be associated or endorsing World 8.4 because it's not something that I want to do anymore. And there's been some issues recently where World 8.4 members have been attacking SauceVille, which isn't cool. It's never cool to attack someone. I won't attack World 8.4. It's not my nature. It's not how I believe things should be done. And I do hope that none of you guys attack World 8.4 either, because it's not how things should be done. It's not cool. I don't believe that you have to play on one thing or the other, or you have to like one thing or the other. You can be an anything person. And so, you know, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I did not copy World 8.4, and to say so is very small-minded, really. And yeah, and I don't play on World 8.4 because I know a lot of kids ask me, do I play on World 8.4 anymore? And I don't. Do I hate World 8.4? No. Does Erd hate me? I don't know. You have to ask him. Do I hate Erd? No. But I won't be associated with World 8.4 anymore. That time has passed, and SauceVille is the now, and I believe that SauceVille will be something that you guys will enjoy, and so I hope to see you on there. Anyways, yeah, thanks Herobrine for that. That was crazy. What the hell was that all about? I have no idea. What should we do? Should we restart the Herobrine series, hardcore, or should I restart it not in hardcore? I want you guys to vote down below in the comment section. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did. That was crazy. Completely unfair, but absolutely crazy. And yeah, hit a like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. I'm Dowsey, and I've completely forgotten my intro, so I'm just going to say one thing. Peace.